Okay, everybody, welcome to lesson 7, which is nav bars. This is probably one of the most important elements of any web page or website, rather, because without a nav bar, you can't move around a website from one page to the other. You'd be stuck on the home page forever. So, in this lesson, we're going to learn how to create some pretty nice navigation bars using Bootstrap classes. So, similar to the components that we learned about in the previous 2 lessons, Bootstrap has several pre-made nav classes that we can use to create navs really easily. So, this cafe page we've worked on before, but it's always been a single static web page that we've worked on. Now we're going to work on the nav bar that is going to help us move around the site. The nav bar so far has the link to the homepage, and it's been given the active class to show the user that they're currently on the homepage. Our job is to add the following 3 links to the nav bar in this order. So the final page is going to look like this. It's going to have a link to the homepage, which we're currently on, and then it's going to have a link to drinks, a link to food, and a link to sweets. So let's go ahead and get started. As always, run what you have so you can take a look and see. This exercise is going to be helpful if we view it in our own window. So go ahead and open that up in a new tab. It's not really the best layout here. So the navbar has a single link. Let's fill it up with the rest. Looking at what we have so far, we can go down and see that this was created with a nav tag, and we're using the navbar class to create the header for the navbar, which is this part. This will probably take us back home as well. We use a special class called navbar header, and we would just put the link in there with navbar brand. So that's sort of like a special sort of part of a navbar. It's not required to make it work, but just so you know what's creating that part of the navbar. Now, next, in the rest of the navigation, we just have an unordered list, and that's all we need to create a navigation bar is just a list, and every page in the bar is a list item. So to add in the other pages, I'm just going to use the same exact formatting as above, but since these other pages are not the active classes, I don't need to worry about class equals active. You only want to put that when you're on the actual page itself. And since we're on index.html, the home index page is the active one. Okay, so in this case, we're just going to skip right to the link. So for this, I may say something like href equals, what's the next link? Drinks. So assuming that there was a drinks.html, I would just link there. Okay, and the text is going to say drinks. And since this is going to be the same for the remaining 2, I'm going to just go ahead and copy that, paste it. And we got food and sweets. All right, let's go ahead and save. Let's relaunch, and we should have a completed nav bar. Okay, very good. So very quickly, we added in the remaining links. This didn't really take too long because we didn't start from scratch, but this is a great opportunity to review how this was built. And remember, all of the classes are pre-made, so all you need to do is plug in the classes you need. And the HTML pages would also need to be changed, but since we're not really building the other ones, it's not really going to move us to those pages. We'd actually have to add them here. But as far as what we're required to do, we have 4 links and we're good to go. So really nice start. It's going to build up in challenge level. So stick with me. If there's any questions, please leave them in a comment. Thank you so much. Good work, everyone.